Hi, I'm your host, Oraldo, for It's Tejano Time,
And I'm Nemo with Tejano USA.
and you're listening and watching Tejano Talk. Hey, Nemo. I just got back giving my last final this semester, but shit's been going down for me.
Well, it's
Car,
going up today. I mean,
I
look who
know.
you have.
My
Look who we
car
finally
broke
have.
down today.
Go,
I
go
had to
on
take my
there.
daughter to volleyball, and now,
Everybody has problems.
but you know what? That's okay, because I've been waiting for this show for a long time.
Yeah.
But before we introduce our guest, everybody should know who it is.
Are you going to
You,
introduce him as No Show Lucky Joe?
Okay, well, we're going to talk about that in a little
Okay,
bit.
I just wondering if
Okay,
you're going to introduce him as
so
No Show Lucky Joe.
everybody needs to subscribe. Tell your friends, click the bell and all that stuff, and subscribe because we need up to 1,000 viewers. So Nemo will change the time till 8 o'clock. Okay,
Let's
all
go.
right. And if you want to get a hold of me, you can email me, okay? Because you don't want to talk email Nemo because he won't
All
answer
right,
you
bye.
back,
Yeah.
okay? Contact me at itstahanotime@gmail.com, okay? Now, Nemo, I be- I like that you going up and down like that. You got to fix your camera, okay? We've been waiting for our guest for a
Yeah.
long, long time. All right. So without further ado, let's introduce Lucky Joe. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
To Tejano Talk.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing, man?
I'm doing good. I've been looking forward to it. Now, Nemo started it already. Okay.
I just asked a question because he
Okay.
was like
And
all
I
over
was going
you.
to introduce you as No Show Lucky Joe.
Yeah.
All right. And not anymore. Not anymore. Because
Pues fíjate que me ha ido muy bien en la onda. Estoy súper contento y súper emocionado de estar aquí con ustedes. Primeramente, gracias por tenerme en el programa. Uno como músico, esto espera, ¿no? Que la gente nos apoye y que nos siga dando ese cariño que nos han dado a través de tantos años. So, bien contento de estar aquí con ustedes. Muchas gracias.
okay, I got about 60% of that.
Yeah.
My Spanish sucks like that. Nemo's is pretty good, but mine sucks.
I got 100%.
You got 100%? I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I've been gone for. I started the show about 2 years ago, and I asked Nemo to join us. But I've been gone out of the Tejano industry, and in previous shows, I always refer to you. I said when I got back, someone told me where they're naming new artists, and they go, and Lucky Joe, and I go, and I laughed. I said, ah ha ha, Lucky Joe, and like that, and I go. Later on, I find out, wait, that is his real name,
Yeah.
like that. I thought it
Well,
was a joke, like that.
well,
How
Yeah.
did
well.
I?
I thought it was like just like my name is not Nemo, it's Nemesio, right?
Yeah,
I thought it was just like your nickname, like you
that's
hit it
what I
off with
thought.
all the women and stuff, so they call you Lucky or something,
Yeah.
something
No,
like that.
fíjate que es el nombre que me dio mi mamá cuando
Nice.
yo nací.
Yeah.
When I was a stillborn baby,
Oh
and
no,
Okay.
they
I didn't
took
know.
they took a while to revive me, and I was in an incubator for about 2 to 3 months. And
Wow.
when they finally handed me over to my mom, the doctor told my mother that I was very lucky to be alive. And when my father found out, because my father was working, he
Uh-huh.
got to the hospital. Y cuando se dio cuenta de lo que había sucedido, pues le dijo a mi mamá que, pues we're gonna go ahead and name him Lucky.
Nice.
Okay.
So that's on my birth certificate, on my license, social security, todo el pedo.
Mm.
So, do you
Ah,
get a lot of slack from that from other like legal something? Yeah, you can't put your nickname on there and stuff like that.
Well, for the most part, yeah, people don't know, but I can't blame people for not knowing as well.
Right.
A lot of people, growing up as a kid, I had a hard time with that name because pues no sabían la historia, ¿verdad? Y pues
Right.
este but once I tell them the story, they feel stupid and they're like, "Oh shit!" And
Yeah.
so I mean, I guess that's my revenge for the nicknames and all that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Normally they name babies like that in Milagro or something like that.
Ándale,
You know.
ándale,
Yeah.
ándale.
So Lucky's a real unusual name for somebody, but it's cool. It's
Well,
badass.
you
I
know
mean, it
what,
works for
man?
you. Look
I
at
got
you.
hell for it, but still, I mean, we're here, and it just fit perfect. Once I started going into the music industry, it just fit perfect. the name. So we're cool, man. We're cool with it.
Yeah. So Joe's
Yeah,
your middle name, or
yeah, that's so good.
Joe's my middle name. Eguia is my last name.
Ikea?
Okay,
Ikea.
all right.
And
Well,
you're from Nevada? Where are you from?
Well, originally I was born in Westlaco, Texas,
West
and then
Laco.
I grew up in Edcal, Chelsea, Texas. And recently, after getting married, I moved back to Westlaco. So I've
Oh,
been
wow.
a resident here in Westlaco for about 2 years now.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
yeah. That's about how long I've been trying to get you on my show or
Oh
our show.
yeah. Oh man. Well, finally we're here, and
We're finally here.
again,
I,
like I said in Spanish, let me translate it for you. Finally, we're here, and thank you for having me on your show. I'm super excited, and hopefully, we reach thousands of people through here.
eventually
Well,
we will. Okay,
yeah.
we're this.
Over 10 years, we might hit 1,000.
Okay, now you're a recording artist with Freddie Records. How long you been with Freddie?
I joined the company back in 2012, so I've been with the company for about, I'd say, a good 9 years or
Wow,
10
that's
years.
great, man.
Or no, wait, more than that. No,
Yeah.
2013. I joined 2013, so I've been with the company for about 11 years.
Okay. Well, cool.
Yeah.
And you have a. I'm sure it's been a very uh, mutual. How do you say that? Beneficial to both of y'all, like that. Freddie Records had a lot to give, and you gave a lot to Freddie Records and all that.
Well,
It's a
for
beneficial.
the most part, Freddie Records has been very, you know, very good to me. It's one of the most respected labels in the industry, and I have nothing but good things to say about Freddie and his family. La familia Martinez, más que nada es como una familia. We have around already like 6 albums, 7 albums recorded with the company, and I
Yeah.
love it. They give me all the artistic freedom that an artist deserves.
Yeah. And we last week we had Potente Anthony, the lead singer of Potente, and he was with Freddie Records back in the '90s. And something that I mean, he enjoyed his time. He still works with Freddie Records. I think he works with the
John.
brother. Okay, yeah. And he said that one thing he wished he had done is had Freddie put more emphasis on music videos. And you have a new music video. And okay, and it's called AMO.
Yeah.
Why is it called AMO? Why'd you?
Well, to touch base on what he said about the videos,
Okay.
back in the day, I remember Potente and I remember all those bands back in that era.
Yeah.
It was the '90s,
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah, and it was times were slightly different. Social media wasn't as powerful as it is right now.
Right.
And I think that's why Freddie has changed the concept since then about putting music videos out there, and he's very good. The company's very good about putting a whole bunch of videos for their artists.
Oh
As a
yeah.
matter of fact, I just released one, and I already need to start thinking about the treatment for my next video. But to answer your question, the most recent video that we have out right now is called AMO, and AMO was means amo, buddy.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
get
know.
what AMO means, right?
Yeah. I'm,
Did he pronounce that correctly, or
no,
is it?
but in the video it's A.M.
Oh,
Dot O
okay, I
dot
see the video.
Because the song is called
M.
AMO. It's
O.
spelled out. It's not. It's
Oh,
that's why I had to put a dot after each letter, so
Yeah.
I could emphasize the fact that it's spelled out and not as a word.
Right.
So the song is called AMO, Tu Linda Voz. AMO. That's the hook. That's the title of the song.
Gotcha.
AMO. So it's Amos but spelled out.
so
Right.
so it's not AMO.
Hey,
Yeah.
when I started doing this show, our friend Lawrence, DJ
Yeah.
Indio, Indian like that. I was called. His letters are QVO. I call it Google. And I was called
Really?
Google. For like months, I was like Google. And they said, no, it's Cuvo. And I go,
Oh.
oh, I was going, so I screw this up all the time. So,
Yeah, well, basically that song I wrote it. I wrote it for my wife. We
okay.
recently got married about a year and a half ago. We're going to go on 2 years already, and I think like I'm at a really cool point in my life, you know, and writing a song like that was just perfect because you know, I was actually got the idea from an Aerosmith song
Okay.
called "Crazy." There's a line in that song that says, you know, "Girl, before I met you, I was fine, fine," right?
Yeah.
So I started thinking, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do one like that, but in Spanish. So I tried all the different words. I tried cariño. I tried amor. I tried, you know, vieja, ruca.
Yeah.
And finally, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do it to Amo. You know, AMO. I love the way she walks. I love the way she talks. I love her heart. So that's why the song says, AMO, tu linda voz. AMO, tu corazón. AMO, todo de ti. So that's why I wrote it, and it came out just perfect. We did a video for it. It's out right now on Freddie Records TV channel on YouTube. So you guys go check it out.
You
Okay.
don't have it. You don't
I,
have it.
I actually do have it queued up.
Let's see it. I
So
mean,
okay.
your wife must like just fall in love with you every time she sees that, man.
Okay.
Because knowing that you wrote that for her, it's
Well,
gotta
I hope she does.
like like
Okay.
all over again. Like
Okay.
whenever you do something wrong, all you gotta do is play that video, and bam,
Yeah.
it's
All right. Well, Nemo, have you seen it yet?
No.
Okay. Well, this one's for
Actually,
you
wait.
and everybody out there that hasn't seen it yet, and you can see it on Freddie Records TV on YouTube also. Okay. So here we go.
Y esa es la cumbia de AMO. Y a cantarla conmigo, tu servidor, Lucky Joe. Te amo más que nunca, créeme, mi amor. Me haces tan feliz que no aguanto la emoción. Siento que me muero si no estás juntito a mí. Hay algo en tus ojos que me hace temblar. Esos 12 labios los quiero probar. Quiero devorar tu cuerpo una y otra vez. AMO, tu linda voz. AMO, tu corazón. AMO, cada pequeño detalle de ti. AMO, tu caminar. AMO, tu forma de hablar. AMO, cada pequeño detalle de ti. AMO, todo de ti. Hey. Así nomás. Te amo, mi amor. Hey. Así. Hay algo en tus ojos que me hace temblar. Esos 12 labios los quiero probar. Quiero devorar tu cuerpo una y otra vez. AMO, tu linda voz. AMO, tu corazón. AMO, cada pequeño detalle de ti. AMO, tu caminar. AMO, tu forma de hablar. AMO, cada pequeño detalle de ti. AMO, tu linda voz. AMO, tu corazón. AMO, cada pequeño detalle de ti. AMO, todo de ti. AMO, AMO, AMO. Todo de ti.
All right.
Sweet.
I liked it.
That's upside down. OX. Should be
OX?
XO. Should be XO.
XO? Oh, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. I love that. That's a very catchy tune.
And that's probably, I'm assuming that's your wife in the video, right?
No, it's not. Was that
No,
your wife?
that's not even. That's not me. That's not me playing the couple part. That's not
Yeah.
me either.
It looks like
That's
just
another.
they did a makeup on you. They put you
Yeah,
some dark
no,
hair or
that's
something.
another couple. As a matter of fact, that's the couple that owns Mandy's Pub there in Corpus Christi.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh, that's Aaron Ayala and his wife, and they were kind enough to agree to come out in the video.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
they actually allowed us to film there as well. So that's the owners of Mandy's Pub in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Sweet. Where's it at in Corpus? Don't they?
That's off of Staples.
Staples.
Yeah, that's off of Staples, and I don't have the exact address, but I know it's right down the road from Freddie Records.
Oh, okay. No one. Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. I'm queuing this up because I had another video queued up, but since this was a love song to your wife,
Mm-hmm.
I actually got some footage of you and your wife at Fanfare these past couple of weeks. Okay. So no one's ever seen this. So I've got a certain angle because I have a camera and I put it on a pole, so it looks like it's shooting down. But everybody's shooting up like that. This has got a different angle for everybody. So I'm gonna play this. Hopefully I queued it up right. Okay. Or Nima, do you have another question? So I can play this later.
No. I mean, we're good.
Okay.
I-
No, it's your show. Go ahead, bro.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, okay. And Lucky said that he would love to see this earlier when we were talking. So I'm going to show it because I'm not sure if he ever saw himself at Fanfare, like clips. So
I'm sure.
Okay.
People
Well,
videotape.
here you go. Here's my angle of your duet with your wife. Okay.
Welcome right here, puppy. Check, 1, 2. Check. Yeah.
Check, 1, 2. How we doing, San Antonio? Good to see ya.
So this is a song that's off of her latest EP, ladies and gentlemen. We collaborated together. We wrote all the songs on the EP. Esta canción se llama Me Olvidaré de Ti, alright? You might recognize it. It goes like this. Bueno, más.
Me vuelvas a llamar. No tenemos más que hablar. Oh,
El aplauso bonito, el aplauso bonito. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, there we go. Oops. Okay, there it goes. Sorry. I'm not a professional producer. I still have
It
to do it.
sounded good. It sounded good.
Well, thank you. It was
Nemo.
okay. Nemo doesn't give me
Yeah,
my
yeah.
credit. Okay, but it's I have to figure out how to. It was windy that day, so you get a little of that wind in the sound. I got to figure out how to.
You know,
Go ahead.
it's always when it's live,
Yeah,
it's always difficult.
That it is.
it is.
especially at fanfare. Fanfare is one of the hardest stages to perform at, and I'll tell you why. You got one stage that has switched off to like 8 different bands.
Right.
Oh yeah,
So there's 8 different mixes. There's 8 different. I mean, the sound is just
Engineers, yeah.
the
yeah.
eight. And you know what? Props to all the engineers that run fanfare. It's tough, man, to be changing out mics and changing out setups. And no, the accordion player goes here, the bass player goes here. Each band has a different setup.
Oh
Each
yeah.
vocalist has a different way they want their monitor. Each drummer has to have their own, snares and cymbals. And you're talking about 8 different bands. So to go up there on a whim and on a fly and just try to make the best of it is, it's pretty difficult. And I want to, you know what, a big props to my wife, man, because for females it's even harder because females tend to project a little less, and they really need that volume, man. It's not like the men where we have huge voices,
Right.
Yeah.
and she did the best that she could with it.
I thought she did great.
Yeah, and I think she did great, man. I think she did awesome. She was very nervous before she went up, and I told her, you know what? It's been 4 years. It had been 4 years since she got back on stage.
Okay.
And she was nervous. And I said, you know what, baby? Um, as soon as you set foot on that stage, you're gonna feel better. You're gonna
I'm
feel
gonna come back, yeah.
just have time. Just give it some time. Get patient. Get some patience. And as soon as and it's true. She told me the following day. She's like, you know what, babe? As soon as I stepped on stage, I felt 100% better. And it's just like getting back on the bike, man.
Oh
So
yeah.
it
She
was.
did real comfortable. She did real comfortable. She did real good.
Yeah, she did. She did an amazing job. And big props again to the sound crew, man.
Yeah.
They go through it every day for 3 days with like 20 different bands. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was cool.
All right, and well, let me give a little history because, like I said, 20 years. I never heard of you because, and if you didn't have a if when did you start? What year did you start?
I started when I was around 15 years old
Okay.
playing guitar. I was
Ha-
playing I was playing the guitar, and I used to be in a school choir called La
okay.
Estudiantina, and we would play, traditional Mexican folk music
Okay.
like Yo sé bien que estoy afuera, pero el día, it wasn't mariachi. It was called La Estudiantina. So we would do traditional songs like the Pedro
Infante.
Infante, Jose Alfredo Jimenez,
Yeah.
Okay.
Vicente Fernandez. And my instructor at the time, God rest his soul, Mr. Benny Layton, he was an accordion player for Los Hermanos Layton. And they recorded with Hacienda, with Falcon, and it was more of a local band here in the Rio Grande Valley. He played the accordion. He was the instructor in my class at La Estudiantina. And when I saw him play the accordion, I just fell in love with it. I was like 15 or 16 years old.
Okay.
And at the time, you know, Bobby Pulido's sister, back in 1996, 97,
Alma.
Alma, I think is right.
Alma, she started a band, right? So her dad, Roberto Pulido, was part of Los Hermanos Layton for a while. So Roberto Pulido and my accordion instructor, they were really good friends.
Okay.
So one afternoon, while we were in school, like around 3:45, I was in the Studentina class, and Roberto Pulido calls my accordion instructor, Mr. Layton, and Mr. Layton calls me into his office and he says, "Hey, I got someone on the phone that wants to talk to you." And I'm like, "Who?" And he's like, "Roberto Pulido." And I said, "Who's that?"
Oh my goodness.
I was 16, 17. I was like, "Who?" He says, "Roberto Pulido." And at the time, also, I remember that my mom used to listen to his records,
Yeah.
Okay.
and I'm like, "Oh, it's Roberto Pulido. It's that Roberto
Is
Pulido."
that one? Yeah.
And he's like, "Oye, mijo, mi hija va a comenzar un grupo. Queremos saber si quieres tocar el acordeón con ella. Ven and we're gonna have tryouts." So I went to his house. I tried out, and I formed part of the band of Alma. Then from there, I moved on to Jennifer Peña Los Jets
Okay.
in '99, and then from there, I moved to Los Frijoles Románticos, based out of here, the Valley at Cauchosa, and I was with them for about 12 years, man. I
They
was,
were they were big.
Wow.
yeah, we recorded No me asusta, no les tengo miedo. Remember that one? Nemo?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nemo.
Keep
Yeah,
going.
that's Nemo.
Don't stop.
I say Nemo because Buddy didn't know who I was for the past 20 years, so I'll
You're
say Nemo.
right.
No,
Yeah.
I'm the same way, man. It's like the partying days just
I know
catching
who
up
you
with
are
me.
now.
No,
So I did that album. We did two albums with Frijoles Románticos. We did the self-titled album called Frijoles Románticos. Then I did another one with que se llama De la Misma Sangre. That's where Bobby Pulido sang "Donde está mi raza" with
Okay.
us. The very first album was nominated for an American Grammy. We did not win, but we were nominated. So after around 10 years with Frijoles Románticos is when I finally decided that I wanted to go solo uh, as a solo artist. And well, to make a long story short, I wrote a song for Lalo and Elida from Elida Yavante, and
Okay.
they ended up, me and Lalo co-wrote it, and they ended up recording it with Grupo Signo. It's called Juntos Hasta Morir. After I wrote that song with Lalo, that's when the company said, "You know what, we want to sign this dude. He writes his own songs. Um, let's give him a deal." So they signed me for a 1 year, 5 year option, right? So now it's been 10 years, so I'm still here. So I'm doing
wow,
something.
Wow.
wow,
Congratulations.
well,
Yeah.
All
that's
right. Now,
badass.
let me ask you one question. You said that you were with Alma's band. Were I have one music video. Were you in that music video with her?
Yeah, I was in
Okay.
that.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I haven't seen it in many, many years, but I'll see if I can spot you out of that one.
Yeah, check it out, man. And you know
He's a
what?
accordion player.
Yeah, he's the accordion player on there. Well,
It's
you
been
play
a long
guitar
journey,
too.
man. It's I'm blessed with so many different roads that I've been through, and I'm blessed that right now the road that I'm going through is finally the right one.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be able to say that if I hadn't chosen some of the roads that I did. I'm super blessed with a company that has my back 100%. I have a great team behind me with JTE Entertainment. They're the ones that book Jesse Turner and myself.
Uh-huh.
I have a very supportive wife that has my back no matter what. So I'm at a really good place right now, and my fans are number one. My fans really have shown me so much love ever since Amor Escondido came out. Duele Quererte, all those songs that they've made number one. I only write them. I only write the songs. The fans are the ones who make you or break you. So I'm super fortunate and super blessed, man.
Yeah.
You've been real popular here in the DFW area for a good while.
Oh, really?
Every
In
every
Dallas.
Yeah. We're
Dallas.
from the DFW.
Well, you played Fort Worth too. I mean, you played
Yeah, I've done Fort
Insomnia.
Worth. I've
Insomnia.
done Irving. I've done all the surrounding areas as well, man. The people show up. I used to do this club a lot out there that was called what is it? The New West
Yeah.
in
New
in
West is in Dallas.
in
Yeah.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and man, they've always showed me love. I think I opened up for Ramon Ayala once there, for David Ligarza. And like I said, man, the journey I'm on, I know I got a lot of road to travel, man. I know that it takes a while before you get to where you really want to be. But right now, as far as right now, I'm really enjoying it. My life's on cruise control. I don't ask for
That's
much.
badass. You can't ask for anything else.
Yeah.
And
Good for you.
the first time I saw you was at Vegas Tejano. Well, actually, I thought. Well, no, I take that back. The first time I saw you was at Fanfare, and this was about 2 or 3 years ago. And you were recording a live music video. Whoops.
He's tired of your story.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You good?
Shit.
Is it time for you to go?
Is it?
Got a phone call.
Can you hear? You got someone
Uh-oh.
called you in the middle of this?
Uh-oh.
Oh well. Okay. Well, let me. Well, I kind of need him for that story.
Well,
All right, but you know what?
Play a video.
Well, if he comes back on,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
there you are.
Man,
You
I'm
can't-
sorry, guys. I got a phone call. I apologize.
It's okay.
All right. Do you have to go? Or are you good?
No. You said you had the very first time you saw me at Fanfare, and I was recording
A live music video. I think it was 3 years ago, and I think I was on the video because
Shut up.
I was on the backstage. I was like that, and you guys were recording, and I was recording with my camera in the back. So if you see a guy all in black, that's me, like that. But
No,
I was in the corner.
That's such a popular color.
Okay, yeah, I know, but I thought
Now
I
you
was,
can say you came out on a video.
yeah. Now I can say that. Bumper's not the only one that came out on a music video. I did too, like that. But that's the first time I saw you live, and I was like, oh my god, you.
Oh, as a matter of fact, that's the video we were recording was the one I wrote for my wife, the La Mi Güerita song.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that, and I still remember talking to. It was called New Line Film Entertainment or something like that. The guys were doing the video, and they're like, "Man, how are we gonna get through all these people? Okay, we're not gonna be able to do it." I said, "Well, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
That's what we want. I want it to look,
Live.
live." And they did a great job.
Yeah, you had to record it. You had to sing it like 2 or 3 times. I remember that.
Yeah,
Like
we,
that.
we did a playback to it because that was the only way they could actually sync the video with the words.
Right.
So yeah, and the crowd loved it. The
Oh
crowd
yeah.
was part of it. And
Anytime, you're part of something, everybody's gonna enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
That's
That's it.
I asked for their permission and I got it on film and everybody was like, "Yeah, go for
Yeah.
it." It was cool, man.
Yeah, it was really good. And then the second time I saw you, I think it might have been that Vegas Tejano, and I do have some footage of that, but I'm not gonna. Well, maybe later if we still have time, I'll play that. But this skinny little guy came up to me, and it wasn't you because you're a tall guy, like that, and he was your fiddler player. And,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and you know what? And this is a fanfare. I was because he's really good. I said, "Wow, that guy is really, really good." And then this fanfare, I didn't see him there, or was it just me? That was he there, or is he?
Well, you know what? That was Daniel Perez. Daniel Perez is an amazing musician. He was my fiddle player at the time, and recently for this fanfare, he wasn't there because he took a break.
Okay.
He's actually going to school, and
wow.
he's almost done with his bachelor's. So he was with us for a good 2 years, traveling back and forth and trying to juggle school at the same time. But he finally decided to focus 100% on gigging locally because he gigs locally and he goes to school at the same time. And I said, "Go for it, man."
That's good.
The good thing about it is that he'll always have a door open here with me, and I told him the same thing. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own path that they want to follow in life, and who am I to put a speed bump in that? And I told him, whenever you're ready, we're here. The door will always be open. He's a great musician, but more than that, he's a great soul, man.
Yeah,
got a
and he's
good
an
soul.
entertainer. He has good. He has some good. How do you say that? Showmanship on stage with you.
Yeah, he really does. He really
Yeah.
does, and he's a really good person as well.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I'm a math professor, so I
No
teach
one
college.
cares. No one cares.
All right. Well, it's just he brought up college,
Yeah.
So I think it's important that he
All right,
finished
sorry,
it up and
sorry.
stuff like that.
Well, good for you, man. Good for you.
All right.
I'm a music professor.
Okay. Hey, I think you know what? Shelly Lattis is a visiting scholar at in San Antonio.
Nice.
Maybe one of these days when
And,
you.
and you have such a cool vibe, man. You have such a chill vibe.
Yes.
Thank you,
You,
brother.
yeah,
I
you're.
okay.
It shows that you're relaxed and nothing.
Right.
Everything's going right for you, and good for you, man. I mean,
Yes.
that's the way it should be.
When I heard that was the second time I heard the whole set. Well, as fanfare, I only record like 2 or 3 songs, and then I have to hit another stage. So I don't get like this year. I didn't get to see your whole set, and most of the time I don't get to see a whole set like that.
Yeah.
And
We
so,
we only get 40 minutes
right,
and sometimes less. Like I said, there's so many different bands and to keep a
yeah,
schedule, right on time, it's virtually impossible. And like this year they gave me 40 minutes, but
yeah,
it actually felt like 20. Man, we were up and
right,
so quick, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just like this interview. I'm hoping that he pulls out and starts singing a song. You got the guitar ready to go, and I'm saying,
Yeah.
"Stop talking, Orlando."
I'd love to sing a song, man. What do you want to hear?
Let's
Nemo.
go, Juanita.
You want to hear mi güerita?
Yeah, yeah.
So mi güerita is a ranchera, right? We recorded it norteño, uh,
Okay,
norteño style because Freddie.
sorry.
It's okay. I'm just glad it didn't ring while I was singing.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too.
So it goes like this. Mi güerita chaparrita consentida, como quisiera darte un beso en la boquita, acariciarte y adorar tu cuerpo entero y demostrarte lo mucho que te quiero. Dime que sí, mi amor, ya por favor, no me hagas más sufrir por tu calor. Quiero probar de tus labios bonitos. Dime que sí, que no ves te necesito.
Nice,
All right.
nice. I mean, and what I love about this.
Oh, I got an audience now. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you.
We
And
got lots of chats up here.
you gotta. Okay. Oh, that's right. We're
Yeah.
not there yet. But yeah, and he's got a time schedule. So you want to hit the
Okay.
chats?
Okay, let's hit some chat. I mean, I still have questions and stuff like that, and I still have other stories about Vegas Tano, but let's get some chat, and then it might spark some. Luis says, "What's up, Oraldo?" Hi. Marcus Daniel, he says, "Lucky can't have that name." Okay, he's no longer No Show Lucky Jim.
So I mean,
All right.
just to go back on that story, we had booked you. Well, he had booked you a couple of times, and
Yeah.
you were not available, and
Yeah.
and then
Well, one
second
time he
and
canceled because of his
third
wife.
time,
Like that, his
yeah.
wife.
So that's whenever he started. Well, I don't. Maybe I started. I don't know. Yeah, but we started calling you Low Show Lucky Joe, and then we talked to. It was from Potente, right? And he said
Okay.
that he was gonna. We told him what happened. He said no. He goes, he's a good guy, blah blah blah, and he's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
keep it on. So
No, he
yeah,
hasn't.
so it wasn't malicious. It was just more of a
It was
teaser.
more a term of
You know,
endearment.
I know how to play the game. I've been in this onda for a very, very long time. I know, you know, I know that for sure, I'll never put anyone before my family.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no, absolutely.
Especially when it comes to an anniversary or
Right.
because we're human as well too, and things get in the way. And I know sometimes we agree to things and then stuff gets in the way. But the good thing is that you develop a camaraderie with someone professionally. And look at us now. We're doing this interview, and I'm super excited again to be here. So I appreciate y'all's time, and you know, all we could do is move forward.
Yeah, no, I
Oh
think the
yeah.
whole point was that Ronaldo likes say stuff so it could go viral, so he could get more people on our show, more people watch
Or
our
go
show.
drama. Okay. All right.
Yeah, well, it could either do one or two things. You could get people with you or against you. So that's
Yeah.
why I try to stay in the middle
Yeah,
and not really focus on any type of chisme or drama. I don't know, man. Like I said, my life is I'm in a different
yeah.
zone, bro. Like
Now, good for you, man. I mean, everybody should be in that zone.
excuse me for saying bro. I don't mean any disrespect. It's
Oh,
just
no
that I'm
worries.
in a different zone in my life. And, some of the times I get a lot of drama on my Facebook. I get a lot. And the more I pay attention to it, the more light I give it, the more light everyone's going to give it. And it's just, to me, it's not worth it. Love outweighs, the good
Yeah,
outweighs the bad. And love always outweighs hate, man. No
Yeah,
matter what.
like that
Well,
GoFundMe incident, right? I mean, you got a lot of
It was actually not a GoFundMe account. It was kind of like sort of that, but it was to help me. It was
yeah,
called
yeah. It's
crowd
all
crowdfunding
crowdfunding. Yeah.
crowdfunding to help me raise money for a new vehicle.
hmm
And what started off as like me messing around and joking around
Yeah.
ended up
Blew up.
something beautiful. But at the same
Yeah,
time,
it did.
the love brings hate. The
Yeah.
success.
Oh, there's always somebody, man.
Yeah, the success brings the naysayers. And I could have sat there, and I could have replied, and I could have done my very best to go out of my way to reach out to these people that were the naysayers, but I decided to leave it in God's hands. I'm a strong believer in faith. I'm a strong believer in what God puts in my path is what is there for me to take. It's lo que Dios quiera, primeramente Dios. And I had so much love, brothers. Like I
I
couldn't
believe
believe
you.
it.
Yeah, I mean, it showed a lot of people.
You were a good sport when I approached you at fanfare and you said, "Hey, how's it going?" I said, "Not so good," And then you said,
And like
"Then
I said, I could have
yeah,
lashed out as well,
yeah,
because
you could have."
you never know where somebody's at in their frame of mind. You
Yeah,
never.
Right.
So you always have to be considerate enough to be like, okay, hold on, let me step back for a minute. Let me take this and approach it a cordial way, man, because de ahí se agarra la gente, man. De ahí se agarra from right there. That's where people are gonna get you, and you have to really focus on. And it's tough, bro. It's tough.
oh
It's tough.
yeah,
It's
Oh
tough
yeah.
to do this. It's
and
tough
you're in
to
the limelight, man.
it's tough to be in the limelight 24/7 because guess what? If I get off of here and I go to, I don't know, to go Wingstop or to go to Dairy Queen or go eat, or I'm not Lucky Joe, the guy that's at home. I'm still Lucky Joe, the guy that
Right.
that everybody sees and they want pictures and they want autographs and they want this. And I gotta say, okay, sure, because I chose to be in this. I
Yeah,
chose
Right.
this, you know. So I mean, yeah. So when you approached me, I was like, all right, cool, man. Well, what can we do? Let's figure this out. And look at us now.
Hey, you know what?
thank you, man. Thank you for thinking
After
so.
and I'm really grateful you did that. And after we booked it, I didn't realize that was April Fool's Day. Like today's April Fool's Day. So I was going, "Uh-oh, is Lucky playing a joke on me and he's not going to
Oh
show
man, that
up
would have been
today?"
sweet.
That
That
would
would
have
have
been
been
cool.
so
That would-
sweet.
Oh, it wouldn't. I've
you
been
could have
telling him,
just
but I
you
hope
could
it's not a joke. I hope it.
you could have
I
toasted.
told Mark. I told Mark from Freddie Records, said, "Hey, I got Lucky Joe booked for April Fool's." I said, "I hope it's not a joke," and he laughed at that too. And I
You know
said,
what? That's very good. I'm gonna have to put that down, man. I might use that next year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
"Book okay."
Not with us though.
Yeah, not with
Oh,
us.
not with you guys. You probably know already. You already know. You'll be in the mix.
Okay, you tell.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, let's go back to the chat. So Luis says, "Hey, Oralo, yesterday has been 30 years since Celine que tenía the Tejano." Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
How could you
Okay.
forget? It's all
Yeah,
over
that's true.
social media.
Marcus says, "Okay, I guess that no show belongs to
You know who
Moss."
Marcus Daniel is, by the way?
Oh,
Marcus,
Marcus
that just
Daniels.
sounds so familiar.
Yeah,
He's an
he's
artist.
one of the few black guys that sings. I got shit from Marcus and D from Culturas because I said I told Marcus the first time I met him that I said, "Wow, how's it feel to be like the second black guy that sings Tejano?" And D and Marcus both jumped on me
Uh-huh.
because oh God, what Bobby? No, wait. No, Butler. What's his name, Nemo?
Was it Bobby Butler?
Bobby Butler. He was another black Tano artist, and I said, "How am I supposed to know who he is like that? If you didn't have a music video back in the '90s, I didn't know who you were because I had a Tano music video show
That's
in
the
the
thing about
'90s.
the Hana. That's the thing about the Hana music, that there's a lot of history,
Yeah,
and
I didn't know that.
and people who are in the industry and do interviews and stuff like that. It's a long history, man, that we have to educate ourselves on, because even before Butler, there was another dude way back in the '70s, in the '60s, that would sing Tejano music, and he was African American. Y
Oh, really?
fíjate que, I know D, and
Yeah.
me and him get along so well, man. He's such a cool dude.
Oh, yeah.
And it's something beautiful, man, to see, an African American being able to sing Tejano music. There's another dude that sings Solido music and Ramon Ayala music, and he's all over TikTok, man.
Oh yeah.
He's just an influencer, but it's so cool to see stuff like that because it shows you how much our music transcends and reaches different races.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I back in the '90s, I interviewed Little Joe, and in the interview, he said he was just coming back from Japan. I go,
Yeah.
Japan? Tejano
Yeah.
music in Japan? He says, "There's raza everywhere,"
Well,
and he's right.
speaking of that, I did a USO tour with Eli the Reina.
Oh
We
wow,
we actually traveled to Germany. We did Frankfurt. We did Garmisch. We flew into Amsterdam. And the thing about it is that there's these different military bases out there with a whole
oh
bunch
yeah,
of people from you know
Latinos though.
from a whole bunch of Latinos from Texas, from California, Florida. And it was awesome, man. It was awesome to go out there and bring our music, our Tejano music, to them because the only way they could have heard it back then was like through an iPod,
Yeah,
or because social media wasn't out there
Oh,
back
right.
back in those days. So that was cool for us too.
Yeah,
that is cool.
I had a friend. He was a Marine back then, and I gave him
You
like,
can't just let him go with his story. It
well,
was
I
gonna
mean,
be you. Just
I gave him like
let him
six.
have,
I gave
let
him
him,
2 video cassettes of all like a good 12 hours worth of Tejano music video shows, and he would play that for his friends that where he was traveling and all that. And then he came back and he brought a couple of the guys with him, and I was at his dad's residence, Casa Jose. Nemo knows who I'm talking about, and I was at there, and this one guy says, "Oh my God, you're that dude!" And I go, what is he talking about like that? And so he had been watching me for watching the music videos for years. And he said, we used to play those videos. And yeah, back then, those guys could never hear Tejano music or unless it was a CD and all that other stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, they're lucky nowadays that they
yeah.
can listen to your music and watch Tejano talk live and all
That's
that.
right.
did we mention about his name? Was this on the show? Was it off the show?
It was on the show
Okay,
about
about your okay, Lucky being your
the
actual
whole
okay.
story. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay. Louis says, good song from Lucky Joe, Free Records, love them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Janie, hello, my friends. Hi, Lucky Joe.
Hello, Jenny.
Uh, Janie's granddaughter is Allie. Allie sings a couple songs that Shelly Lattis wrote for her, like that.
Cool. Awesome.
And Luisa said, the Tano Fanfare Show was awesome, my favorite ever. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Finally, Janie says, finally, Lucky Joe made it. All right.
Hey,
All
yeah.
right. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Alfonso,
What's up, guys? Alfredo. He's got a band called Grupo Fijo,
Saludos para
which
Grupo
is,
Fijo.
which is another name that I screw up. I always call it Frio. I said Grupo Frio, and and then after years, a Fijo. I've got it right now.
There you go.
And said Benny Layton played at our son's wedding.
So who's that? Benny Layton? Is that the guy?
Is
you're
that the
talking
fiddler guy?
No, Benny
No.
Layton was my accordion instructor.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. All right.
Those hermanos Layton. They had look them up, buddy. When you
Okay.
get a chance, there's a lot of history there. A lot of musicians out of the Delta area came out of his program, Mr. Benny Layton. He's got several YouTube videos where there's documentation that he contributed a lot to the folk music, the conjunto music, the Narciso Martinez Foundation. He was a representative for Roland accordions,
Okay.
for Warner accordions, and we won state and a lot of Estudiantina UIL competitions. So he's
Okay.
a pretty big deal, man. They
So
named
he's a
the
Bolivia?
high school football stadium after him, and it's just he's a legend in our community.
So
wow.
was he a Bolivia?
Mr. Benny Layton was Hispanic.
Okay. 'Cause when you said Layton, I pictured Leighton. I didn't figure like Layton.
Yeah, it's Layton.
Yeah. I just
Okay.
saw that. That's cool.
Part of the reason I started Tejano Talk is, like I said, I was gone for 20 years. And so I didn't know, like, Signal, I didn't know who, Jesse Turner, I had no clue who they were, like that. And so I use this platform to educate myself. And so I'm learning more and more and more and recalling the onda since I left. You
Well,
know, so
props to you, man. You know, it takes a lot to admit that and actually have a Tejano podcast or a Tejano show because that says a lot about you. You're willing to learn our history and educate yourself a little bit more. And I think this show can only progress and get better as it goes.
well, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, because
I'm
we
the
were pretty bad
research
at the
guy.
beginning. We were pretty bad at the beginning.
Yeah, we're getting better. A year ago we weren't playing music videos on there or footage and stuff
We
like.
had like big names like Shelly Lattes. We had like Shelly Lattes, and our
Oh,
production was horrible. We had a
yeah,
few artists that are just our production was just horrible,
no,
and I'm so happy that
they're
even you
very
with
forgiving.
your phone is doing really good, man. Because
Yeah.
we've had some nightmares with some of these people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well, like I said, you never know what can happen when you're live. Like,
that's true.
it's you really have to develop a routine and get your notes down and all of that. I've been doing this for around 30 years of my life. I've
Yeah.
been doing radio interviews since I was 15, podcasts, um, in studio, out studio, telephone. So it's all based on routine and focusing on the key points like me and Buddy had spoken off air. As long as we touch the key points in someone's career, I think that's very crucial for people to know where we come from, what we're doing, what's
Oh
up
yeah.
next, and it's very informative. And es lo que quiere la gente. La gente quiere saber. They want to know what you're doing, where you're at, where you're gonna go, and what you have coming up next. So thank you guys for allowing me to be on here. I really appreciate your time. And don't forget to follow me on all social media accounts like Lucky Joe Oficial, Lucky Joe Oficial on Instagram, on TikTok, Lucky Joe Music on Facebook, Lucky Joe as well. For all the videos, go on to Freddie Records TV channel on YouTube. And also, my latest single is already available on all digital platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, um, anywhere you download digital music. My single's out there already, and I appreciate if you guys go out and stream it because
Yeah.
nowadays, it's not about physical albums no more. It's about
Yeah,
Right.
streaming. So we need your help, man. Now more than anything, we need your help.
Yeah. Now you said that you didn't know the exact release date of your new album, but it's coming.
The thing about it is, we just finished recording the album. Now we're in the mixing and mastering process. I
Okay.
spoke to Freddie yesterday, and Freddie said hopefully by the end of April we should have a product out for public for the public. But right now we're just mixing and mastering. We have so many good tunes that are coming up. We got the duet with my wife. We got a collaboration with Eliseo Robles, ex singer for Ramon Ayala. We have a collaboration with DJ Kane, ex singer from Cumbia Kings, and we also have a collaboration with Chingo Bling. And it's just a great album. I wrote 95% of the songs on that album,
Wow.
and I'm super excited.
Yeah. Well, you know what? IMO. See, I said it right this time.
Yeah.
I think it's very catchy, and I could see that going pretty far. And some of the music that I first heard you say, I enjoyed listening to your music because it 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 reminded me of the time when I used to hang out with my friends, just drink beer, listen, and I miss that time back then, and you brought me back to those days
Look,
with your
that
music.
album. I think you're talking about the album of Norteño Poderoso, where I recorded all the old Norteño songs.
Okay.
That's a very nostalgic album. That's an album full of covers. It's a hit album because there were already hits before me. I just paid tribute to the founding fathers of Norteño music, like Ramon, like Los Relámpagos, Lalo Mora,
Yeah.
Carlos José, Los Cadetes de Linares. And that was Freddie's idea. He said, record a Norteño album and let's see how the people respond. Surprisingly, the Tejanos loved it. Everywhere I go, they say, man, that takes me back to when I was a kid. My dad would listen to Mas, and then at midnight, he'd turn on Ramon Ayala and he'd do Cadetes and this beer drinking music. So the Tejano fans embraced it very well. And I'm super proud of that, man, because I was really scared to release that album and it did very well. And still today, it gets a lot of work.
Yeah. And I'm not surprised because Tanos, we like all types of genre and stuff like that. I also enjoy your country that you sang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to mix it up, especially live, because at the end of the day, guys, this is about gaining more work. And there's people out
Yeah.
there that are still doing quinceañeras, they're still doing weddings. And Every time I do a quinceañera or a wedding, I always get that one person that comes and says, "Oyes, no sabes una country song?" So I had to learn several country songs,
Somebody
man.
come get your deal.
Yeah, I did. I learned Neon Moon. I learned The Chair. I did Cowboy Rides Away. I learned a Parker McCullum song. I actually wrote one too. It's just I have to have that in my repertoire
Oh
so
yeah,
people can be like, oh, see, he plays country. Let's get him.
Oh, okay.
that's
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
good.
well, good for you.
I'm doing
Yeah.
norteño. I'm doing country. I'm doing conjunto. I'm doing Tejano. So you get a mixture of everything at our live shows.
Are we ever gonna see you sing rap?
Well, I have sang rap. As a matter of fact, that
Okay.
the fanfare presentation this past fanfare, me and Jesse went up there and we did a couple of rap songs.
You did? I guess that's
Yeah,
the part that I missed.
yeah,
Like
and
I
that
said,
was
like,
gonna be your part right there, buddy.
Yeah.
oh man.
That's where you
Okay.
were gonna come out doing the Running Man and all this.
Oh, okay.
Ándale.
All right.
The
Okay.
lawnmower.
I'm just gonna say one more chat because she's from Idaho. All right. Thanks for showing up.
No, JD's
uh,
got his story too.
well,
Just
I
go
know
to just go to two more.
Lucky
Go
Joe.
down.
Okay,
He,
Lucky Joe's been nice
he'd
enough
want
to
to
say
hear
this.
he'd want to hear this.
Okay,
Next one. Next
I
one.
love.
Next one.
Okay,
Next
the
one.
next one, the last one, this one.
Uh,
Okay, a year ago I picked your song
Te
"Extraño."
extraño
Extra.
tanto for my mom's funeral.
Okay,
So
you read it.
sad but beautiful. Thank you for writing such a beautiful song that so many can relate to.
Well, you're welcome.
So
For
that
that,
was.
you know what? For that comment, I'm gonna do this for you.
Thank you, JD.
It's for you, JD.
Esta canción se la dedico a mi madre.
Mm.
Con toda la fuerza que tengo en el alma. La extraño tanto, quisiera abrazarla, contarle mis sueños, llorar en sus brazos. La extraño tanto, anhelo tocarla, sentir el calor que siempre me daba. La extraño tanto.
Wow.
All right.
Wow, that is badass. I mean, I could.
Thank you, man. That's for that comment. I wrote that song for my mom, Que en paz descanse, and my mom was my number one fan, man. She bought me my very first accordion. I never get tired of saying it. And she was always there for me. And me dio la bendición, She gave me her blessing when I said I wanted to be a musician. And that comment means a lot. A lot of people have used that song for their family, for their mom's funeral. And that just touches my heart so good, man. You guys have no idea how good that makes me feel.
Good.
It's a sad reality, but
It is.
I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
All right.
We
That
appreciate you,
one.
man.
That was for you, Janie. Okay, and let's end the show on the high note like that.
That's
I'm your host.
that's a good high
Well,
low
I'm
note.
sorry.
High low note.
You know what I meant. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm your host, Oraldo, for It's Tejano Time.
And I'm Nemo with Tejano USA.
And I'm Lucky Joe with Lucky Joe.
Yeah.
And you've been listening
Appreciate
to
you, bro.
Tejano Talk. All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you guys
Lucky.
so much again for your time, for all the love and all the support. Don't forget to follow me on all social medias, Lucky Joe Oficial, Lucky Joe Oficial on Instagram, and download my latest single, IMO. Thank you guys.
IMO.
It's a great song. I love it.
Not
Okay.
not
You know, it
amo.
sort of like reminds me of YMCA. You're gonna.
Oh, look
Wait,
at the heart.
How did we do that? How did we get the hearts? Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
It happens all
Thanks
the time.
again. And broadcast.